Hi, this is Brent. Welcome to imm1140 CSS Cascading Style Sheets. This is the Class 1, so the first demonstration. On this one, I just wanted you guys to get familiar with Blackboard, where things are at and where you might be turning things in. So let's jump in here and take a look. Okay, let me get my Blackboard up. Okay, we'll start with looking at announcements. And here I've posted my first announcement where it talks a little bit about our class. We will not be going into the physical classrooms. They're going to be totally online this semester. And the first class will be on January 20th. They're scheduled for Wednesday at 10 o'clock, but I probably will not be able to make it every week, maybe probably every 3 weeks. So I'll probably send you guys links through emails to let you know where we can meet. And these will be the class meetings. So when I send you the links, there'll be class meetings where we just come in here and collaborate, and we can just discuss things, ask questions, or maybe even critique things, critique some of the projects that we're working on. But those will be meetings, and the other things I'll be doing class demonstrations, and I'll upload those to either YouTube, or you might be able to find them on here on the Collaborate. And in Collaborate, let me see if I can get that open here just to show you where that's at. So if you open this menu right here and you open recordings, there should be a recording in here. Usually probably the latest one will probably be the one that you want. If you guys have any questions, you can email me. And I should have that also in here, right here on the first welcome. I have my email here. We will be using a book. So the book of CSS, A Developer's Guide to the Future of Web Design, which you can get. I recommend you do. That way you can kind of know a little bit, more in depth of understanding the CSS. And we can talk a little bit more about that here in a minute. I'll get back to that. I must have wanted to talk about that we will be doing most everything on so no physical classrooms. So announcements, this is where we'll be doing a lot of communication back and forth. This is where I'll give you, maybe like I said, where I'm sending the videos for you to do your homework, or the actual assignment might be posted on here. Like I say, this is here the first class. What it is, what we're going to cover, what you need to do, and there's also usually a due. Like maybe at the very bottom you might see the assignment 1 due, and then the date that it's due. So always be checking announcements. And since I will be doing announcements online, the other place you can go to find the announcements and more maybe in-depth explanation of them will be also in the our classroom and assignments and due dates. So these are the ones that are going to be due in here. Maybe I'll come back to this also. But you want to turn them in here also. So when you open it up, assignment 1, open that up here, and this is where you will upload your files. Okay, so I think that's it on announcements. So collaborate, I'm sorry, my grades. So these are my grades, is where you'll see your grades, but make sure you upload them just where I just showed you. Try to upload everything on Blackboard, that way they actually show up here and you'll actually get credit. Sorry, collaborate. So that is the online tool that will be used for meeting in the classes. Like I said, I'll be sending you links to those. Let's go back down here to course information. So you can take a look at some of the stuff that's here on the website. Introduction, this is a good intro. Tells you a little bit about CSS. Here's my information in here. You'll want to, if you need to get a hold of me, just go ahead and send me an email. If there's something that you need to talk about, we can either talk online here. I can set up a group session that we can meet here on Collaborate, or if you just need to talk to me, I can give you my phone number. You can send me a text. I can't always talk on phone, but we can set up a time or something if you need to. The syllabus. Let's take a look at that. So this just talks a little bit more about the cascading style sheets. You should know HTML. That is a prerequisite for coming into this class. A little bit of description of the course again. Basically, we are going to be looking at web design, doing page layouts using typography, colors, backgrounds, white space. And it is going to be using code. There's not really any software that you need to get for this class. Outcomes. You can go over and look at some of this stuff. Outcomes. It just talks a little bit about some of that. Says there's no requirement for course materials. Like I said, I do recommend the book if you want to get good understanding of it. Unless you think you can go by just my class demos by themselves, then you can try to go that route if you want also. The instructional methods, which I think I mentioned a little bit, I will be doing for the lectures. I'll probably be doing videos, and I'll probably be uploading those on YouTube. Same with the class practice. That will probably be also on YouTube. And then when we want critique and feedback, that's when we will come here onto Collaborate, sorry. And then that's where we'll meet here and like discuss and go over any questions or anything that you guys need to. So assessment, grades, we're going to have 5 assignments, a mini project, a final project, and 1 quiz, and that will total up to 1,000 points. So whatever your grade adds up to, this is what your grade will end up being. Like, so if you end up like a 750, you'll get a C. I probably should have taken this out, the attendance policy, because you really don't have to show up to these. I think most of my students always usually do. I think it's just a good place to meet and talk. You guys can just kind of like discuss things. But like I said, I'll leave the YouTube demos for you guys to learn, and then we'll just use the class time as just a place to show up and ask questions or go over critiques of your work. And then if you want to look over the conduct and some of the policies here at the end, there's a couple of these. This is just a synopsis of the schedule. There is another schedule online here. Let's take a look at that. That should be in, I think it's course information, which is where we are. Yes. So it's down here at the bottom. Yes, here it is. So this is the same thing that was also there in the syllabus. I did in here, although, also add some of the dates and also the assignments and when they're due. So like say this is assignment 2, due 2/10, which is usually the week after. And then it might talk a little bit about what we're going to be going over, what the video should take care of a lot of what the stuff that's in here. Maybe if you want to go over chapter 4, say on this one, and look at it a little bit more in depth, and then it will talk about what the assignment is and then its due date. So that is the schedule. I know I've talked about the book already. I usually get the PDF version. I usually like the PDF version. I also got a version, a print, because sometimes I also like to have the print. That way sometimes it's a little easier to have the print version to go over that and then kind of look at your project if you're working online. But you can do either or both. Like I say, sometimes I will do both. Sometimes I don't like the PDFs, but it's kind of nice to have the PDF around because it's easy to find. That's what I do like about the PDFs. Okay, so let's see. That's course information. Let's see our classroom. This is where I touched on this for a minute. And I did show you the assignments. So on the one, this is where the assignments are due. Let's go into the first one. So it'll give you an explanation on what you're supposed to do and how to do it. And what's really nice also is that there are class examples in here, so you can actually go into the examples and kind of see how they're done. And then once you get it finished, then at the very top, there's the assignment, and you submit it here. Okay, and then put it in here, upload it, and then submit. The other one, the top one, which I didn't go into, this is the learning units. These are usually what had been done in the classrooms. So this kind of goes over the classrooms. It might talk about some things that, it talks about the gingerbread man. That's one of the resources. You can find that in the resources, which we'll look at next. Might go over a few things that are also being talked about in this week, and I will try to probably cover this stuff in the videos that I will upload to YouTube. So I'll try to cover all this stuff in YouTube, and then submit that on YouTube. But since this is, like I said, this was originally part of the classwork. Let me go back. But so unfortunately, since this is all online, these will probably both be part of the homework. But you'll only have to turn in here on the assignments. But I might cover it in the videos on both for like learning units and the assignments. Okay. And let's see what else we got. Classroom, the resources. So that, you might have seen that. It mentioned, what did that mention back there? It was the CSS fashion. So it mentioned that in the week 2, the CSS fashion. And so you can kind of come in here and see what that is. So you click on that, and you can see that here's the fashion. So it's a little more in-depth explanation. You can kind of see a little bit more of how CSS might work. Okay. So just more resources, more in-depth to help you out. You might have some layouts you can look at. There's also some videos you can use to help understand everything a little bit better. So that, and I think in the videos I'll try to cover, in case you might need to go here for something. And I think that's all I want to cover. So hopefully you guys can look at the video first, and then maybe if we can meet. So on our first class that we meet, you can ask any questions if you have on this. All right. So thank you, and I will see you on the next time, on the next class.